Real estate market is officially rolling over, and I wanted to share today some ideas on where the good deals are going to be, or where you may want to exit a property if you're thinking of selling in the next couple years, so that you prevent more loss than necessary. Hey everybody, it's Aaron Scott. If you've been watching my video for the last couple years, you've seen I've made a lot of predictions about rates, rising inventory, putting pressure on home prices, the decline of home prices nationwide, and most of it's been pretty accurate. Please go back and watch some old videos and you'll see that our predictions have pretty much come to fruition. Today I want to talk about what kind of properties are most likely to take the biggest hits from a slowing market. Not all properties are equal. So the most desirable property is going to be the perfect turnkey, remodeled, move-in ready, perfect neighborhood, perfect yard. That's always going to be the most desirable, and new construction is always going to be pretty desirable for two reasons. One is it's perfect and new, and two, the builders have the most ability to incentivize buyers with special rates, special loans, special programs, additional upgrades, and things to sweeten the deal. But some properties really struggle in a down market. We'll start with condos. Condos and townhouses are pretty polarizing. When the market's white hot and buyers are having a hard time affording what they desire, they often trade off to get a condo. They'll get a same size house as they were looking at in a condo for the price they can afford, or they'll get a brand new condo instead of an older house. It's typically a trade-off, often for younger new buyers. And unfortunately, when the market turns negative, it's also the opposite is true. People will opt for a house for the same price as the condo, because they get a yard and some extra utility that isn't available in the condo. So condos are going to go up more when the market's hot. They're going to go down more when the market starts to cool off. The next thing is a functional obsolescence. A property that has some functional issue, you're going to have a hard time selling in a slow market. That's like if you have a one-bedroom house that's 3,000 feet, or a house where you have to walk through bedrooms to get to the other bedrooms, or anything like that where the function and the layout or the utility of the house is limited by some design feature that can't be changed. Also, location challenges are going to be really difficult. People will buy the big beautiful house on the really busy road when there's no other choices, but when the market gives them more options and there's more inventory, then people prefer a quiet street, a cul-de-sac, less traffic, less noise. Same thing is true for if your house has railroad tracks in the backyard, or is near an airport, or something else like that. Those properties are going to be harder and harder to sell. And probably the last one is what we call, well, there's two more actually. One is a luxury property in a non-luxury location, which would be squeezing way too big of a house into a neighborhood full of smaller houses. Those are going to be harder to sell because people are going to buy location when they have more choices. And lastly, up and coming areas that haven't come far enough along. If you're in that neighborhood where there's 9 sketchy houses and then 1 new McMansion, and then 9 sketchy houses and 1 new McMansion, that seems like an opportunity when the market's going up and you're getting a great house and you can afford it, and the whole neighborhood is going to turn positive, right? Well, when the market turns a little bit negative, it's not going to turn positive, and the buyers want to buy in the better neighborhood that has 10 nice houses, not 1 out of 10, and those houses are going to take a hit. So, but there's some great opportunities in all that. Those houses with those challenges are great for buyers to pick up. Really good to pick up as a rental property if you can get some deep deals. And if you're thinking of selling a property like that, if you know that your property falls in one of those categories, it might be harder to sell. Trust me, you're better now than you are in a year and a half or whatever. As the market slows a little more, you're better off getting out ahead of it. There's still a tremendous amount of equity that people have in houses. The prices have gone up a ton. If you bought 5 years ago, you got a ton of equity and you did okay.